Hey guys, Dale Malik with Watch to Wear. It's been a while since I've done a video with me in it. Obviously we do a lot of the I call them like a video carousel, where we'll put on our new watches. We'll feature a Rolex, an AP, some different new arrivals. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. It's actually a beautiful day, a little bit chilly this time of year, but not too bad. But I thought I would do a video on my Breitling. This is the Transocean 38 millimeter, and it's in stainless steel. It's got the black face to it. It's a really cool chronograph. I did a blog on it on our website, so I'll leave a link down below. So if you want to check out the blog, kind of like go through the watch in detail. But in any event, I thought it'd be kind of fun since it's such a beautiful day. And I don't know about you, but a lot of guys that are into watches love cars. So I thought I would do a video in my 1989 Lotus Esprit SE. It's a great car. I bought it probably about 3 years ago. Prior to this car, I've had several different cars before. Aston Martins, Porsches, Jaguars. Had a lot of really cool cars. I primarily like German and English cars. German cars are bulletproof. English cars are kind of quirky, but I do like them. I had the Jag and the Aston. Now I got this Lotus Esprit. Prior to the Lotus Esprit, I had a 1980 911 SC Targa. Really a cool car. I had it for about close to 10 years. I just wanted to change, so that's when I sold that and then purchased this one instead. But anyway, if you guys remember, I did a video in my Porsche 911, which I still have. That's a 2013, and I did that in comparison, or kind of how it correlates to my Breitling Navitimer 1966, reference number 806. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna go for a trip in the Lotus Esprit. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the Breitling Navitimer 38 Transocean, or excuse me, you know what I meant, the Transocean 38. Let's get going. Okay guys, we're back here. So right now, obviously I'm in the Lotus Esprit 1989. I'm just got it on here on the highway. A really fun car to drive, quite frankly. It's a light car. It only weighs about 2,900 pounds, just a tad over it. I think it's right around 2930. Has a 5-speed gearbox. This car is 100% stock, except for the radio, but I do have the original radio. Ended up putting this Kenwood radio in it with a little mic. It's got Bluetooth, so obviously I can talk on my phone and do what I need to do. But like I said, it does have the original radio. Interestingly enough, with the Lotus Esprits, a lot of times when these cars were delivered, they didn't come with a radio. So a lot of guys just put their own radio in when they got it. But in any event, so it's black over tan. Obviously you can tell from the pictures. It's really a fun car to drive. Now it's got 264 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. If you guys remember me from my video days when I used to do buyer's imports. Check out, you see me. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, you got 264 great horsepower, about 260 pound-feet of torque. Fun car. Like I said, light, fun, quick. Now they say it'll do 0 to 60 in about 4.9 seconds. I don't know about that, but it does say, it also said it has a top speed right around 159 miles per hour. Who knows? Now it does have a 4-cylinder, that's a straight 4 twin turbo, charged cooled. So it's a mid-engine. You got 4, so it's a pretty fun car to drive. Fiberglass. It has a targa roof. Some of the ones come with like a glass roof. I kind of wish I got that, but you can always buy those and flop them in and out. If it was nice out, I'd probably have the top down, taking it for a spin. Now, these cars, quite frankly, I've seen a lot of guys do videos on them, And there's one guy in particular, his name's Harry's Garage. You should check it out. So if you like old English cars, the guy, or even cars in general, he does a lot of stuff on Ferraris. He has a, I believe, here's his Lotus, something like maybe like a 1980s Lotus Esprit. It's beautiful, it's white. But he sits there and tells people, hey, these things are Grand Tours. And you know what? He's right. The thing about this car that I really love the most, it's so comfortable. Yeah, it takes a little bit of effort to get in and out of. It's almost like a, what would you call it? It's an art to get in and out of the car. So once you figure out how to get in and out of the vehicle, it's quite comfortable. And the leather in this car is just absolutely fantastic. And that's the thing about these Lotus Esprits. Back in the day, in 1989, these things retailed for right around $50,000 to $60,000. They tried to compete with the Ferrari. A lot of guys will say, oh, the Esprit's like a kid car. Well, you know what? Lotus has always been strapped for cash. So they would just pretty much use different parts that they would find. Some of the newer models, some of the V8s, they would have like parts from GM, because obviously GM helped Lotus out. If you guys know a little bit about the history, I don't want to get into that, but as you can see, you can just tell how I'm driving the car right now, how comfortable it is. We're cruising right around 70 miles per hour, and to me, it's a pleasure to drive. Now, the air conditioning doesn't work in the vehicle, but who needs air? I personally love to hear the turbos. You can just hear them whine, whine, whine. Very, very cool. So in the dash right now, so we got our fuel gauge, which is a little crazy. It fluctuates a little bit. Then we got our water temperature. You get your speedo in the middle. Unlike the Porsches where you get the great center tach, you get your turbo right there. Then you get your tach over there, and then you're going to get your oil and another oil over there as well. Up here, you get your fogs, your headlamps. It's got the little flip-ups. You get the rear defrost too. So visible, you get your rear defrost. And over there, you get your hazards and fogs. So this car, you know, it's very difficult to see out of these, so you got to be careful. There's an old saying, like when you drive one of these, or if you drive a Ferrari or a Lamborghini Countach, you don't worry about looking, you just drive fast and get over. Maybe. But anyway, getting back to the vehicle, obviously a two-seater. You get some nice space in the back. You get a nice boot in the back. The battery's in the back. It's a mid-engine, so it's kind of like right behind you. So proportionately, these cars are they're very nice. They handle really well. I love this car, and to me, I love the leather interior. I love the red piping too. It's two-toned up there with black. Right here is kind of cool. You get an ashtray on both sides of the door. Your cigarette lighter right there. Power windows right there and there. Power mirrors as well. So now this one doesn't have power steering, so it's okay. I do believe you get power steering in what, 1992 or 93 with the Esprits, and then they flipped them over in like 94. I do believe you get the S4s, which are very, very cool cars. I love the S4s. I almost bought an S4, but I just couldn't get the right price for it. When I buy a car, I try to buy a car, quite frankly, almost like how I buy a watch. So when I buy a watch, I will pay for the watch only as much as if I can sell it tomorrow for the same price. That's my philosophy. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. Now this car, I will tell you, I probably paid about maybe a couple $1,000s more than what they were going for. But the reason why I did that, it was a well sorted out Lotus Esprit. It was a two-owner prior to my ownership. The first guy owned it for about a year and a half, and that's it. He sold it to the second owner, I do believe in the early 1990s, and the second owner, who is a physician, had the car for close to 18 years. And he had service records from top to bottom. But he had service records from top to bottom. Clutch was redone. water pump, timing belt, the whole 9 yards. Just a really thick dossier of what he did to the vehicle. And he kept it in an indoor garage facility, just an avid car collector in particular. But in any event, that was probably the reason why I decided to purchase the vehicle and pay a little bit more for it. And in hindsight, I think I made a good decision. I can tell you I put about $5,000 in the vehicle. I had the transmission completely worked over. So now, at least from my perspective, it runs pretty darn good. It does have a first gear synchro. So everything on the vehicle now is well sorted out. It runs excellent. And put a new battery in at the clutch, like I said, the transmission and the clutch completely overdone. But other than that, in my 3 years of owning the vehicle, that's all I did to it. I shouldn't say that's all, $5,000 later, but you know what I mean. You have to expect when you buy cars like these, especially older English cars, or even quite frankly like older Porsches, you're going to put money in these vehicles. It's just the name of the game. My 1980 911 SC, I paid probably $18,000 for it. I put at least 18 in it over an 8-year ownership of the vehicle, 8 to 10 year ownership of the vehicle. Ended up selling it for exactly what I got out of it. This, I don't know if the Esprits are going to hold their value like the 911s. Obviously, with the older 911s, the air-cooled, they just skyrocketed, especially generation 993, which I did have a 4S. I'll throw a photo up there right now so you can see what my 4S looked like. But anyway, very fun car to drive. So we're going to pull over and we're going to talk a little bit about the Breitling Transocean 38 chronograph. I think it looks really good on my wrist. One thing before I pull over and talk about the watch. The one thing I was going to mention to you guys about it is, like, when I get in the car, I always have a watch to wear. Get the watch to wear when I drive one of my cars. So in my 911, I love to wear my Breitling Navitimer, as you guys know if you saw the previous video. I also like to wear a lot of vintage watches too. Sometimes I'll wear my Speedmaster, Amiga Speedmaster, and but anyway, I always find when I get in this car, especially on cooler days like it is today, I love to wear this Transocean or the Hamilton Indian 38. I like that watch a lot too. I love wearing that watch as well. But in the summer, when it gets quite hot, I either wear my Amiga Seamaster, that's the 36mm midsize with the Bond bracelet, or I like to wear my Rolex Submarine, primarily my Sub. That's my go-to watch. And but anyway, we're going to pull over here in a little bit, and we're going to talk about the Transocean. Okay, guys, we're back. So we just pulled over here. So right now we have our Breitling. This is my Transocean 38. Check out the blog. I'll leave the link below, like I said previously. So it's a 38mm case. Now, lug to lug, it's quite lengthy. It comes in at 49mm, but as you can see, and you'll notice it on the blog, you have these curved down lugs. So at my wrist, it's 6 3/4 inches. I think it wears very well. Now, I actually put this shark skin strap on it. It came with the metal bracelet. For some reason, I didn't like the metal bracelet. I love it in the picture. So when you see the watch advertised, especially the stock photos, the metal mesh bracelet just looks spectacular. But for some reason, it doesn't work with the watch. Now, it's a very nice bracelet. It's very it's very hefty. I mean, it's solid. It's quality by all means. But I don't know. It just didn't work for me. So at the 3 o'clock position, you got your active seconds, and at the 9 o'clock position, you get your 30-minute counter, and you get a date window right down below at the 6 o'clock window there. You get your 2 pushers there. You get a signed crown. It's not a screw-in crown, so you really can't really swim with this guy, although why would you? But anyway, it does have a hack and a quick set date just by putting it in one position out, and then you can set the date there. But it's quite thick too, and it doesn't really bother me that much, but it is a thick watch, as you can see. It has a domed sapphire crystal, no exhibition back, and in the back there it just has the Transocean logo there with the reference number. I'm not going to be able to read it, but you'll see it on the internet. I can't remember it, I'm too old. But anyway, I actually love it on this watch. Now, my first impression is, so if you read my blog, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I have to tell you, I'm starting to warm up to this watch. I was thinking about selling it. Actually, I was going to list it and sell the watch, sell that in my Hamilton Intermatic, and I'm in the market to buy an AP. For whatever reason, I just want to buy a AP, an Audemars Piguet. But I don't know. I think I'm torn between an AP Royal Oak. The problem is I got a small wrist. And when I was down in South Beach last year, I tried on a 37mm watch, and it was just too big from my perspective. Now the 33, it's a lady's watch, and it is a quartz, so I can't believe it. Man, it's expensive for a quartz. Pre-owned, or these quartz watches sell for like $7,000 to $10,000. Quartz. Just think what you can buy for that. But I just keep going back to an AP. But any event, they do make a 33mm automatic, reference number 15000, 15,000 ST, and I want to buy it, and I want to see how it looks on my wrist. If I don't like it, I'll send it back. The problem is a lot of dealers today, they don't give you that, you know, send it back. You know, like there's a couple companies out there that are just fabulous. Like, those, you buy a watch, you don't like it, you send it back. You didn't like it. I bought just recently, I bought the Giga-Le-Court. I think I pronounced that right. Giga-Le-Court. I bought the Classique, Reverso Classique, and I tried it on, the JLC Classique. It was just so small. And I think probably the reason why it made it so small is because the lug width is only 17. And I bought it with the bracelet, and the bracelet is just absolutely phenomenal. Lovely. The fluidity in the bracelet, it's second to none. Now, it's got a weird clasp, how you open it, which I really didn't like, but I ended up sending it back, but I digress. I sent it back, got my money back 100%. They sent me a label, so I didn't even have to pay anything. So those are the kind of people that we like. These are the kind of people that advertise on our sites too, believe it or not. We got a lot of great dealers on our website that stand behind their product, which I really love. But anyway, so I may get the Reverso and the Grand Tie case size. It's a little bit bigger. It comes in right around 42 to 43 mil lug to lug. Now, they sit a little weird because they're flat, so they don't curve down. But I'm thinking about getting the Reverso Grand Tie. Then I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Why not get the Duo Face? You get two watches in the price of, you get two watches for a little bit more money. I mean, you can get a Grand. I actually saw a couple Duo Faces on a couple sites selling for less than $5,000, right around $4,400. So they're to be had out there. You just got to shop. But anyway, so I'm torn between an AP, which I don't know, because I know that the 36 is going to be too big for my wrist, because I looked at the 37 and to me it looked big, and the 33 may be too small, but I don't know. I did try a 33 on and I kind of liked it, but like an idiot, I didn't take a wrist shot. But when I wear a watch, and this is just me, I want to see some of the strap on the wrist. So when I look down on it, I just don't want to see all watch. I want to see a little bit of the strap, because to me, that gives it the contrast and the continuity that you want on a watch. Now, that's just my personal taste, my personal preferences behind that, but that's kind of like how I like to wear my watch. But anyway, as you can see, how you can see a little bit of the strap there, so you get that nice contrast, that good perspective from the watch. But anyway, that'll conclude it for today's video. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Maybe I'll do a little bonus at the end and drive the Lotus so you can check it out. But anyway, I really appreciate joining me today. Make sure and check out our website. Go to it. We probably have right around over 5,000 beautiful watches on there. Some great dealers, some beautiful Rolexes. We do have quite a few APs, JLCs, you name it. We got a lot of luxury watches, and we got some beautiful inexpensive watches from some Casios as well. And quite frankly, we got a lot of beautiful vintage pieces too. So make sure and go to our website, watchtowear.com. If you like this video, make sure and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And in the meantime, make sure that you always have a watch to wear. All right, as promised, a little bonus at the end here. So it's got the Esprit right now on the highway. We're cruising about 85 miles per hour. It's tracking beautifully down the road. Like I said, visibility is terrible, but the price of vanity, right? But anyway, this car just tracks beautifully. So if you guys love sports cars, right, and you can't afford to buy a Ferrari, or you maybe just don't want to buy a Ferrari and spend all the money on the maintenance on an older Ferrari or a newer Ferrari, and you want some excitement, get a Lotus Esprit. They're hard to find, good ones. You can find them out there, some beat up ones. Guys don't take care of these cars, I don't know, for whatever reason. But the best way to buy one, quite frankly, is join one of these clubs. They have several of them on the internet, not several, a few of them on the internet. And I was very fortunate when I bought mine. I met some guy through the forum who really helped me out a lot. His name's Mr. D, Mr. Dangerous. Very cool guy, his name's John. But John really helped me out. He gave me a very good education on what to look for on a car, how to figure out the right one for me. He was very, very knowledgeable, invaluable resource. But that's what you need to do. Anytime you buy one of these old cars, I don't recommend buying them from a dealer, although I did purchase this one from a dealer, but I knew the service history, and I knew of the gentleman that owned the car that sold it to the dealer. So I felt very comfortable. But I also spent about $300, maybe a little bit more than that, I can't remember, it about $300 bucks to get a PPI done on it, and it came back clean. So that's the thing you want to do. What a fun car to drive. Hey, that's it. I'm going to put on my tunes and I'm going to go for a ride. So see you again next time.